Oh my god. Yo, I am so tired right now. Oh my god. What is up, fellow geeks? Super Geek Girl here, trying to wake up after a rough night. But hello everybody. Welcome. Ah, I'm awake. Thank you. Coming to you live as per usual from our little cabin in the woods out here in I think I've determined that it's Mystic Cave Zone. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday afternoon. A little bit of a late start, but welcome to Gay Lawyer Sunday. It is time to dive back into Ace Attorney. Hello, Sleepy. Hello, Zach. Hello, Gabe. Hello, Stumpy. And hello, Spiral. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Guess who just platinumed Silent Hill 2? Nice! Congrats! Okay, so are the achievements like super hard? I'm curious. Oh, speaking of Silent Hill, Spiral, if you're able to tune in tomorrow, I am gonna play Silent Hill 3 tomorrow. I promised last year I would, so if you're able to tune in, it's gonna be Monday. It's not really that hard to get all the achievements. Good to know. Not that I have any intention of playing it at the moment, but it'll be on the queue eventually. Probably for next year's spooky streams. I finished Shadow Generations, and now I'm in the process of getting all of the collectibles. Yeah, I am stunned at the amount of collectibles in Generations. I am probably going to go back and get the collectibles, maybe off screen. Just if nothing else, I'm gonna try and get the music because the soundtrack for that game is fire. I think you'll like Maria. Has your husband played it yet? No, he is not. We have not gotten it yet. He hasn't played the OG either, so we're kind of debating what we want to do. If we want to play the OG first and then the remake, or if he wants to do the remake first so that he doesn't have any bias going in, and then checking the OG out afterwards. We're still trying to determine what we want to do about that. But yes, so far everything's looking good. This Thursday is the day Sims 4 Life and Death comes out! Yay! All the Sims 4 girlies who want to bone the Grim Reaper are able to now. Yes, it's a thing. Go look it up. Or actually don't. That's a bad idea. Never mind. Hang on. I have an interview at a local escape room. I'm really hoping this one pans out. Hey! Good luck, man! Good luck! Hey, with how much you love mysteries, you would be a really good fit for an escape room. Good luck, dude. I'm rooting for you. I hope it goes well. Let's see. What have I been up to? Well, I just had back-to-back parties, so... Oh, and a third party that I was unaware of, but had to experience by a proxy because the people 2 doors down from me had like 20 some odd people in their front yard who were yelling and carrying on at 1:30 in the goddamn morning! I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, can you tell? That is insane. Why would they do that? But don't worry, I'll pull it together for Gay Lawyer Sunday. Yeah, see? No wonder I was taking a cat nap. That's why. Gotta get it where I can. Aren't there noise compliance rules? From what I understand, the cops were contacted. And the party dispersed soon after that. So, yeah, somebody called. Somebody got sick of it. But yeah, they dispersed not long after that, but it was still like 3 in the morning before silence fell upon the neighborhood. it's really weird because my neighborhood usually doesn't have any raucous parties or anything. For a while, we've been nice and quiet. I don't know if we just got some party animals who moved in down the street from us or what, but it was stupid. Anyway, hopefully that was just a Halloween party gone awry, and that's not going to be a regular occurrence, because if it is, me and the local police officers are going to become very good friends. My guess is that we're teen, young adults. Honestly, I looked out the window. It was so dark I couldn't tell what the age range was. All I know is there were 20-some-odd people crowded around that house and loud music, and we were not happy. Hello, Boots! Welcome! Thanks so much for tuning in! But as for parties that I actually was a part of... So last night we had a little gathering of folks over to watch 2 horror movies. We watched A Haunting in Venice, which is that new I say new, it came out like last year, but that new Hercule Poirot Kenneth Branagh movie, which is much scarier than I was anticipating, mostly because there's jump scares left and right and center. But very good. Very good. A very interesting, I don't want to say it's a retelling of Halloween Party because it's a very different story. It just uses the same some of the same names of characters. But hey, mystery fans out there, if you guys have not seen A Haunting in Venice, go watch it. It's great. It's super good. Highly recommend. Never thought I would see Tina Fey in a dramatic role, and she does a good job as Ariadne Oliver, so... And then we saw the original Alien. This may or may not have been inspired by my playthrough of Alien Isolation earlier in the spooky streams. But my husband mentioned that he had never seen the original Alien movie. So we watched that. It still holds up. Yeah. It was tense. I had a little trouble falling asleep afterwards. It still holds up. I mean, there's definitely some jank. I mean, the movie was from 1979. The age is showing, but most of the scares and the tension like still hold up to this day. So, dang, good stuff. I'm guessing the best way to describe A Haunting in Venice is a loose adaptation. A very loose adaptation, if you can even call it an adaptation. Literally, the only thing that's the same is some of the character names. It's a completely different story, completely different motive. So, yeah, it's pretty wild. Have you ever watched The Thing? I miss practical effects. No, I refuse. I refuse to watch The Thing. The practical effects are too good. Body horror is one of the places where I draw the line. I cannot stand body horror in any capacity. So yeah, the chestburster scene was a lot of fun for me last night. Ugh. But no, I'm too much of a coward to watch The Thing. I appreciate it for what it is, and I appreciate the special effects. But body horror like that is a hard pass for me. Alien was considered shocking for its time since Sigourney Weaver was an unknown actress, yet she was a survivor, whereas prolific actors like John Hurt had their characters die off pretty early on. Yeah, I was shocked. I'd only seen a little bit of the original Alien before I got too scared to watch it as a kid. I did not realize that John Hurt was in it, but this was before I knew him from Doctor Who, so that's the only place I know him from Doctor Who. I know he's a much more prolific actor than that, so whoops. But the thing with Alien is, I feel like it can be summed up by its alternate title, Nobody Listens to the Sensible Black Man. Because the black guy, Parker, he was coming in with all the good ideas. He was like, hey, yo, maybe we shouldn't check this out. Maybe we should just jettison this thing into space. Maybe we should just put this guy in this guy who's clearly infected with an alien, just freeze him until we get back to civilization. And everyone else is like, nah, it's fine. We'll be fine. You're just an engineer. What do you know? And sure enough, he was right the entire time. But yes, I I enjoyed Alien. I enjoyed Aliens as well. But that was more, I feel, action sci-fi rather than proper horror. There were some horrifying scenes in it, but it wasn't purely horror. It was more action sci-fi. And it was also one of my dad's favorite movies. We used to watch it like a lot, so I was familiar with the franchise as a kid. I was just not allowed to watch too much of it. Alien is testament why lesser-known actors should be given a chance. Yup, 100%. Also, the thing with Sigourney Weaver, like, wasn't she originally written to be a male character, and Ridley Scott was like, no, let's make her a woman instead. That made it all the more compelling. I prefer Predator. Ah, yeah, Predator's good too. Get to the chopper! The only thing I know from that freaking movie is Arnold. Yeah, exactly. The sequel is more action, less horror. Like how a lot of horror games were in the 2010s. They were less horror and more action. Like RE5 and 6 and Dead Space 3 and like the Fear games. I don't care for those. But you know, maybe I look at them down the road for a future spooky stream. I also like You're One Ugly Mother Trucker. Yeah, that's a good line too. Lots of quips. I feel like Predator is more quippable than Alien was, because the only thing that I really remember line-wise from Alien is the poor woman during the chestburster scream going, "Oh God!" or however she said it. She said it really weird, and I can't replicate it exactly. But the way that she said it had everybody rolling in the room. It was so bad. Predator was critically panned during its initial release, but it was reevaluated in a more positive light in recent years because it was a deconstruction of macho man war movies. Yes! And I love that. That is, it kind of was when you think about it. I hated that woman character. She got the the oh God lady. Yeah. A lot of people died unnecessary deaths. I think Parker absolutely should have made it to the end. He was the only sensible one on that ship. He absolutely should have made it to the end with Ripley. That there was no reason for that to go down the way it did. Bleh. Hello, Kid Anime! Welcome! Tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of the 100 girlfriends who really love you. Yeah! Season 2, baby! Let's go! At some point. Hopefully I'll be able to talk about it soon, but whatever. Alright, so, what do you say we get this Gay Lawyer Sunday underway? If I can, if Steam will cooperate with me for a second. Come on, focus here. Where did you go? There you are. All right, let's get this underway. Come on, Steam, don't fail me now. And yet it always will. Don't lose steam on us. All right, so, oh, I just realized something very important. There we go. I knew something didn't feel right. Boy, I really am out of it if I forgot to get dressed for the stream today. Womp womp. But hey, we're ready. Let's do it. So last time, we were in the midst of a flashback case. Miles' first case. Oh my. Oh, shush you. We were in the midst of a flashback case. In fact, the first case of one rookie demon prosecutor in training, Miles Edgeworth. The prosecutor, Bryn Faraday. Did we decide Bryn was the way we said his name? Bryn Faraday and Mac Rell, defendant and prosecutor, were both found murdered in the same room. And now, it is up to us and our little sister Francisca to solve the case. And I do mean little. Guys, she is so stinking cute. It is not fair. It is not fair for her to be this cute. So far, this is the only case where Edgeworth has not been kidnapped / accused of murder. Yeah, no, he has been through the ringer in this game. He has been through the ringer, and I am kind of shocked at how much torture they have put this poor boy through. My question is whether or not Mackerel is meant to be a reference to Red Herring. I think we discussed that last time. I think we said that it was kind of where they were going with that. But I'm not sure. Plot twist, Gumshoe actually did do it. No! I don't want Gumshoe to do it! Gumshoe would never! Exactly. Gumshoe would never. Gumshoe's a good boy. Also, what the heck? Why is that cop washing his hands in the water fountain? That's unhygienic, sir. Edgeworth's life is the definition of torture. Yeah, our poor boy's had it bad, but you know, that's why he's got Phoenix to make it all better. Or worse, depending on the situation. Gumshoe about to break that man. Well, let's see. There's definitely a lot of activity going on in this court lobby. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do Mandrid's voice again. Oh lord. September 10th, 4:45 p.m. District Court, 3rd floor lobby. All right, let me get some water here and we'll be good to go. Sir, what is to become of the trial of the Gnofian Embassy staff member's murder?
Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead. The case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here, prematurely.
Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut.
I suppose it can't be helped.
The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while.
Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Gnofian Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell?
What an outrageous circus it has all become! That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivety.
An outrageous circus. Right, sir.
I grow weary of this topic. Edgeworth, I will have you assigned to a different case.
Papa, you'll come and watch my cartoon debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it.
Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation.
Objection!
Hey, what's up, Tyrant? Thanks for tuning in.
Whatever for?
I know that there's already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there's not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt.
The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh! A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection!
Bitch, what'd you just say? Yes, I am trying to base Manfred's voice off of Starscream like I did in the original game, but it has been a while, so it's probably a little off right now.
Papa, who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I, we were competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience. Wouldn't you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish.
Then you're allowing us to continue.
In court, your top priority is to win. And a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor. don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise.
Oh, I hate this guy so much! I don't know if you heard me stomping my feet in anger just now, but hate him!
I am returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it that I am not disturbed, save for the results of your competition.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Papa.
Wow, Francisca coming to bat for Edgeworth. Nice. See, they are siblings. They are the siblings of all time. They're great. I just came back from an anime convention. Nice. Have you seen Sonic Generations from the Discord? Of course, I played it yesterday. It's fantastic. By the way, I have every intention of completing Shadow Generations next Saturday. Because apparently there's not much more to go.
Francisca, thank you.
What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was bet on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on.
Yes, just as you wished.
I couldn't let you get off so easy. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth.
I know I don't have enough information yet. So my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case.
All right, and we're back to it. Oh, little tiny. I love little tiny Francisca. She's so cute. I'm sorry. I will protect this small child with my life. She is so cute. All right. Let's go ahead and start by talking to Callisto. I think was her name.
Miss Yu?
Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And, who are you? Wait. You were at the crime scene just now, weren't you?
You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am!
I am Francisca von Karma, and I am about to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means that for now you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are.
What? Why are you whipping me?
Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a little bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting.
I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you.
Look at ya! Eyebrows scrunched, lines on your forehead! And that's...
To ask of you? What exactly is so funny?
Sorry. I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere.
Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school.
Oh, I feel much better now. So, what did you want to talk about?
I would like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder.
We were in the defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself.
You were with Detective Bad? Why?
We had a little something to discuss. That's all.
A little something to discuss. I don't know how I feel about this woman. She is clearly hiding all of the things. But, gosh, that style. Let's talk about Detective Bad.
So I take it that you were acquaintances with Detective Bad?
Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG8 incident.
Detective Bad is also related to that incident?
That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth?
Miles Edgeworth, I have no idea what you two are talking about.
Shh. Quiet, Franny. The adults are talking right now. I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of that case, CCU, was my little sister. You're making that super serious face again! I'm fine. Really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him.
The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is pretty creepy.
Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatigarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes.
I see. He did mention that he was in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail.
Okay, well, we will get to that. I considered her such from the beginning. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, something about her just doesn't sit right with me. Maybe it's the lips.
You claim that at the time of the murder, you were with Detective Bad.
But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came in the lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked.
And what did you talk to Detective Bad about?
Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more.
She's not laughing. Her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults.
More proof that Edgeworth has that LaCroix British accent going. Nobody says bloody like that unless you're from Britain. Even if you're from Britain, you don't say it like that.
Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2.
I see.
Okay, pretty solid alibi. I'm pretty sure Bad is going to collude with her on that.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Macrell. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu. Is that correct?
Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatigarasu that had made off with the evidence from KG-8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatigarasu. He just made that up.
He made it up.
Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there's no footage of him sneaking into Cadofian Embassy himself.
Hold on for just 1 second. Do you mean to say that you knew he was not the real Yatagarasu? Or that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him!
Yep, that's right.
I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals.
Ooh. Ooh, that line hits. That line hits a little close to home.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they are no match for us von Karmas. I don't believe it! You're serious! Oh, why didn't you say that face was something really worth being serious about? And Edgewood, you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for the leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright?
And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer?
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing.
Ooh, she got serious there for a second.
The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him. Ever.
So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness.
Okay. She knew, but she wasn't gonna cover for him. What does that mean? Hey, what's up, Zelda NPC? Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's talk about the Yatagarasu. Vigilante justice? That's a possibility. I don't know. Does she seem the type? Does she seem the type to be a vigilante? I ain't getting no Persona vibe. I ain't getting no Persona 5 vibes off her.
Miss Yu, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself. But I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them.
Requests from companies?
The Yatagarasu ain't some petty thief out for money, you know.
All right then. Perhaps the Yatagarasu is in business of stealing people's lives.
You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma?
Francisca, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully or you may be sued by...
There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted.
So now we know why Edgeworth was just so used to it during Justice for All. He got the brunt of it growing up. This man's probably got scars all up and down his back from that whip. Anyway, moving on. That just now? That was hilarious, little Missy!
Of course it was.
What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them the light?
Edgeworth, baby boy, you've got a lot to learn.
So, in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I had never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany.
The Yatagarasu deals in information. Namely, in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see.
Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me.
I suppose you could put it that way, too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief.
Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. And I should move on to speak to Detective Gumshoe.
Alright. Yeah, that is the kind of thing with the vigilante trope. It's never the person you suspect.
What is your deal, man?
What is your deal? It worries me. Alright. Gumshoe? Let's talk, buddy.
Detective Gumshoe. Oh, hey! It's you, pal! You're here!
Yahoo! As am I.
I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal! I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't! Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you.
Oh, come on, pal.
But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about. If you really are innocent, that is. Oh, that's right! Hey, pal! Go and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will ya? I would have done so even had you not requested me to, Detective. Cocky little punk.
Hello, NSM! Welcome, welcome! Thanks so much for tuning in! Thank you for the hydrate!
I always need it after I do Gumshoe's voice. Alright, motive for murder. Thank you for the rings! Did the ring fire off? I didn't see.
So, you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry?
I just asked Detective Bat the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because of my very first day as a detective. I reported it at my usual post, instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the exact same thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom.
How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere school child.
Is that really something for you to be bragging about, Francisca? Thanks for the lurk, NSM! Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the stream! Alright, let's talk about the recess.
You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so? And from who?
Earlier, at about 3:20, and from Detective Bat, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Ow! You wasting worse than your whip, pal!
So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh?
Now, why would he do a thing like that? Next step.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nope. Not a thing, pal.
In that case, allow us to take a look at what you're carrying on your personage.
Wait! You can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value in here.
Well, my handcuffs and my badges were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know.
And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket?
Hey! Hands off, pal!
Just show it to us already!
Annual bonus check within. $5 total, except there's no check inside.
$5? $5 as a bonus? Are you kidding me? Man, even back then Gumshoe was getting the shaft. Poor dude.
You had your look, now give it back, pal! That's my first bonus as a brand new detective! I just got it and cashed it today! I had literally no cash up on me until I did, you know? So that envelope is really special to me, now give it back!
Oh, I feel so bad for him. Thank you. Yeah, for the sad violin for Gumshoe. He needs it. He needs all the sad violins. Poor boy.
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry. We'll stow it away for you later.
Oh, could you?
Detective Gumshoe's bonus of $5 literally had no money on him until he cashed this. Oof. Oh. Dude, give this dude a Benjamin or something, please. The dude needs some money. The dude needs some disposable income. Good lord. I finished Echoes of Wisdom yesterday. Nice! How was it?
I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. Wait. Since he became a suspect, There is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait 1 second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief, sir. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is true.
I picked the wrong thing.
It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judges' Trial Exchange. It appears to be a journal where various judges share their thoughts and ideas.
Oh, are we gonna get some judge lore?
The real daily lives of the judges are laid out here on these pages.
Well, there's nothing about the court in here. It's just page after page of unrelated dribble.
Judging by the content, they are very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. And it would appear that fried oysters are a favorite.
I have no use for such foolish words from that foolish crowd.
Someone please assure me that this is not the true state of this country's judiciary.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. The only thing worth talking about in the courthouse is how the food is, I guess. Oh, damn it. I already read this. Okay, there we go. Let's present testimony. It was really good. A bit shorter than I expected, but I put it in my top 5. It may be the honeymoon period talking, but it was a nice return to top-down Zelda. Awesome! I look forward to checking it out myself. Eventually.
You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct?
No mistake about it, pal.
Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either? Is that also correct?
Yup. Not even a single lamp passed through that hall while I was on duty.
You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself.
Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anything else, pal! I bet the killer found a way to kill them 2 guys that's beyond what I can even imagine!
So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. Why would he do so, given the situation he's in?
He's covering for somebody. He's covering for someone.
I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant lobbies is in order.
What? What? Small child? Oh my god! Kay! Ma'am! Did she just... That is a vital reason! Beautiful! Beautiful, Kay! Beautiful! Well done, ma'am! Well done! Yeah, she folded him! She folded that boy like a crane! And Francisca just watched. Francisca just let it happen. She was facing the hallway and she was just like...
Oh, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Gremlin child. Ugh. Off she goes.
How could you have not noticed that coming?
Yeah! She totally didn't do anything! She just sat back and watched the whole thing! Yes!
Was it that child I chased money for earlier?
Thanks! That's exactly what I needed!
cruel.
It looks like she dropped something.
A Swiss roll. Swiss roll dropped by the mysterious young nutshot girl. Says courthouse special on it. I don't know why she did that, but I appreciate that she did that. So, just aggression out of nowhere from this child. Actually, I think I see what's going on. I think I see what's going on here, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut until I get more evidence to prove otherwise. I think I see what's going on here.
Maybe we should arrest that girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet.
You're gonna be okay, Edgeworth. Do you need some ice, sir? For a second, I thought he was gonna end up like that guy on the couch. Did he get nutshot into? All right, the detective bad and the judge. Let's go. I can't believe that. Just straight up one-shotted him.
We have to confirm who is correct. The judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next then.
I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisca?
A serial kicker. Yeah, exactly. All right, September 10th, District Court hallway. Okay, another gruff voice. Let's see.
So, did you see anything else?
No, I don't think so.
I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation.
Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law.
That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions.
Anytime, detective.
Now, excuse me. I have a few loose ends I need to tie up.
Oh! You're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Franziska von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor.
I see, Mr. New Prosecutor.
Ah! What? That was going so fast I didn't read all of it.
I bit my tongue. Are you all right, Your Honor?
Please, feel free to refer to me as just Miss von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine.
Apparently, somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh, very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is just fine. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. All right. After all, it is my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. The first thing I need to do is figure out the detective's exact movements.
All right. Begin the investigation. And we'll begin by talking to the judge. He is kind of a shorty. Francisca really is such a daddy's girl. It's kind of adorable. Too bad her dad is literally the worst person ever.
Your Honor, I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder?
Do you suspect me of something?
No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor.
Very well then. You may continue with your testimony.
Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after.
Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony.
I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge.
Too bad, Miles. This is the only judge. This is the only judge in all of Japanifornia, except his weirdly Canadian brother, and he's not much better. I forgot that they made the judge a doddering old man, and I love it. Francisca is also a bullying younger sister to Miles. Yeah, unfortunate, but I was never a bully to my older brother. It was very much the other way around. At least, I don't think I was a bully to my older brother.
Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you...
Oh, no. Okay, I see where this is going.
If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom.
Interesting.
When I was going into the restroom, that Detective Gumshoe, was it? He was standing in front of the vending machines, buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm very sorry. Let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious! That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said! Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. That's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime.
Yeah, a little awkward, but whatever.
The judges in this country seem rather friendly.
Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear they are known to hand down very fair verdicts.
Alright, so let's check out the vending machines.
It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods.
Oh, lovely. What will they think of next?
Don't be a jerk in
What kind of slogan is that? Come on!
Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. One packet for $9.
What? What? No. Whoever wrote this dialogue is insane. What in God's name? Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these for $6.
Oh my.
God, what the hell?
So awfully overpriced.
The lineup is simply awful, period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss little girl dropped this from this machine.
I was wondering about that myself.
Okay, I hate that. I hate all of these slogans. These are terrible.
I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess.
Well, you can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now. We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me.
Well, if you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together.
If I have to split it with you, I don't want it!
Okay, fantastic. Thanks. He was trying, though. He was trying to be nice to his little sister. Let's see. Let's explain. Okay, I need to know what's going on with these ants. What is going on with these ants? First off, though, what is this? What is this? A pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Well, all I see is a piece of garbage.
And she's not talking about the pink rubber.
But you know, the fact that there is a literal running loose inside this courthouse, it is simply unforgivable.
It's not like I was the one who littered!
Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin.
I feel like every interaction is just gonna get us smacked by Francisca. Alright. Ants. I need to know what's going on with these ants. Isn't this like an infestation, though? The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel they can pick up such comparatively large objects for their size.
Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karma name will not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants.
The same goes for you, Francisca. Okay, so there's... We're not going to talk about the fact that the courthouse apparently has an ant infestation. All right, cool. Moving on.
Ugh!
What's the matter?
Pricked myself on one of these cactus needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
But what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyway, this cactus is unrelated to our case.
Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on the windowsill is completely related. What? The hell does a cactus have to do with anything?
Oh? Well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related.
Yeah, I do too, because you've lost me here, Miles. You've lost me with this cactus. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. The dirt on this bench smells like some sort of sweet substance.
I can't believe there was someone going around dirtying the courthouse! Bullshit!
Hold it!
Calm down, Francisca. Take a good look. Doesn't this smudge kind of look like a handprint to you?
I suppose it could be.
Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench.
Oh, I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob.
You there, the lab technician!
Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to?
Sir! Yes, sir!
Damn, these forensic boys work fast!
I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir.
And do we know who they belong to?
Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe.
Oh? Interesting. Good work, officer. Okay. So it was Gumshoe sitting on the bench.
And there you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench.
I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Okay, so what got dropped here?
What are these black speckles?
Have you never seen an ant before, Francisca? I believe it's a pile of ants eating away.
Ugh! What detective? He claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet here is a whole hill of them!
What are you hitting me for?
As a replacement for that pathetic detective.
Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts.
Anyway, what is he eating?
From the look and the sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll.
Myers Edgeworth, the courtroom is to be kept pristine at all times.
Oh no!
It wasn't me that dropped food on the ground!
The courthouse must be kept clean!
Francisca, calm down, honey! I get the feeling that it's Kay who's leaving these behind for us. Like she wants us to follow a trail of clues to lead to an answer. Interesting, but why would it be Kay? Alright, well, let's talk to Detective Bad before we get hit with Francisca's whip again. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about.
Hey, what's up, Snip? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you?
I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess.
You're getting in the way of the investigation.
I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself. Plus, I still hold investigative authority. The man does not want to cooperate with us. She dropped the Swiss roll, and then she kicked Miles in the area Okunu no longer has to get his attention. This smells like gremlin child trying to be a criminal mastermind. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I like this theory. I like the theory of the gremlin child being a mastermind. Let's hold on to that for now.
So I heard you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here.
Faraday. That guy was just accused, you know. I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me.
A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Whoa, chill out.
Hold it!
Francisca, I think you need to apologize.
I'm sorry.
Terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue.
I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up.
And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad?
Yeah. I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really bad. And that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt me. And what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big wug to stand guard outside.
And around what time did all of that take place?
See, I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once.
Oh? And how can you make such a claim?
One of the guards out in this floor's One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't.
If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to?
That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected.
You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe.
It would seem that I'm still missing some key pieces of information.
Yeah, let's find out more about this mysterious gunshot that people claim to have heard and not heard.
Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not?
Yeah. I heard it when I was in the defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2, together with you.
How much time elapsed before you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene?
Less than a minute.
What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot?
I grabbed the big bug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. That's when we discovered the bodies. In that order.
That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right?
Yeah, I guess it does, little miss.
I am about to become a prosecutor very soon! You will treat me with the dignity I deserve or else!
You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss.
You wouldn't dare!
Just kidding.
Detective Bad really is something if he can make Francisco behave.
We about done?
Is there anything else I should ask him about?
The place he heard the gunshot, the situation, the time, I think.
I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot.
It was around the end of the recess. The trial was about to start up again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handle. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. Just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums.
So he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start.
Okay, does that match up with what we know?
We done here? I don't have any time to waste.
Hold it! Come on! All you're doing is standing in front of this door doing nothing!
I get the sense that he's somewhat investigating this crime scene. Or rather, he's keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer?
I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place.
Fine then! Be obstinate! We'll just do as we please. Come, Miles!
You may no longer be willing to help us. However, may I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation?
Do as you like.
Okay, well that's all we're gonna get out of Detective Bad. Alright, so let me take a look at something real quick. Okay, so Gumshoe was in the hall on guard duty. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear the struggle. According to Detective Bad, he heard the gunshot right as the trial was starting up again. What's the connection there? Well, let's start connecting with some stuff that we know.
The pink pill.
Oh! Hang on! We just saw, we just saw Kay's balloon, in a flashback, right? What color was it? Was it pink? Because maybe this is like a balloon piece. And that's where the cactus comes in! It got popped by the cactus! And there's your gunshot noise! It was a balloon popping! That was what the gunshot noise was! That would explain why Gumshoe didn't hear a gunshot, because he saw the balloon popping and didn't associate it, right? Could that be it? Let's see. So smart.
I hope so. I hope I'm right on this.
This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon.
I suppose that's possible.
The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend here, the windowsill cactus.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
Okay, so it's a balloon. All right. I think I'm jumping the floor. I think I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, pun intended. But I think that's what happened.
These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll?
A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that?
It may not seem like the right venue. However, it is being sold right over there.
The vending machine? Oh, I see.
I hate that slogan so much.
2 for $6? Talk about expensive.
Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now.
Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I?
Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a sweet roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench.
There we go.
Ugh. How could he not have cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable!
Don't you dare whip me again! It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place!
You know what? That's a good point. How did Gumshoe get a roll? They're $6. His bonus was only 5. Maybe that's why Kay was asking for $1. Because Gumshoe had $5, and then Kay gave him the one so that they could buy Swiss rolls. Maybe that's why Kay ran up to us and got $1 from us. What each?
They were sharing the Swiss rolls! Aw, that's sweet.
I really want a Swiss roll now. Or something chocolatey.
Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts.
A contradiction? There.
I think I need to look at the special courthouse vending machine as in order.
Alright, so it's gotta be the Swiss roll. The bonus. Eureka!
About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his personage.
Just how poor is that guy?
If his bonus really only was $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor.
Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow.
Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is, how?
It's from the kid! Talk to the child! Find the child! Bring her in for questioning!
I believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened here.
Well, are you too?
All right, Francisco. Would you care to show what conclusions you've come to?
Why should I do that? We are still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first. So you go ahead.
It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well. But first, we'll need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony.
September 10th, 5:15 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Oh, listen to the music! Listen to what they brought back! They brought the song back! I know that courthouse music! The music in this game is so good, y'all.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up. Oh, do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect? In a sense, I suppose you could say that.
Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before a Von Karma.
Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I say!
You bit your tongue again, didn't you?
As a defender of the law, I could never give a false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want.
Very well then. Your testimony, if you please.
We actually get to cross-examine the judge. We get to cross-examine the judge. That's so cool. What I saw at the recess.
During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw the detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me!
Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm?
Oh! I'm so used to simply listening to testimony that I got caught up in the excitement.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now.
He didn't disappear. He sat down on the bench. All right, he went to the bathroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, it's on the hallway. I saw the detective buying something in the vending machine. As he exited the restroom, he had completely disappeared. He just sat down. He just sat down, dude. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. But I'm gonna make it one. Objection!
Objection!
I can't go all out with my objections today, it sounds like.
What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone's giving testimony?
If you truly are a man of the law, you must always be vigilant.
For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by.
Oh my god, I love this little idiot. I love this little idiot so much. Y'all don't know. Actually, y'all probably do know. I don't shout, not like I shout enough about him.
Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life.
And this is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black.
Ah, all right. There we go. In the box I go. Stuck in the simp box for a little bit. Honestly, I should probably just change this from box of change to box of simp.
Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at I wonder if you might take a look at this for me.
What is that filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness!
If you must know, the uncouth bench sire has already been placed under arrest, thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor.
Oh? Oh, well, that's good. But who was it?
We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench. Namely, Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints.
Not happy with committing just murder? He had to go and dirty the courthouse too? Guilty!
Your Honor, please, calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder.
What do you mean?
I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one.
The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true. SGG's wearing the box of shame. What did you do? What do you think I did? I simped for Miles!
Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom?
It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was unable to see out that window.
I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence!
She's so small. She's so small.
Basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then...
It seems that you've made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window... Yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe
would effectively disappear from sight. What?
Do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time.
Hold it! Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it!
Is there something of value that you'd like to say?
Oh, yes, actually, there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time.
Objection!
Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he?
Thank you for the objection, Tyrant. That may not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right? I didn't notice that Kari played the role as a Gran from Dandadan. I was shocked. Yeah, okay, no. The grandma from Dandadan? Y'all, she is goals. She is goals. If and when I finally become an old lady, that's the kind of old lady I want to be. She is absolutely goals, man. Anyway, what I saw part 2. Yeah, I'm talking about the hot grandma. She's great. Not so much feeling the hairdo, but just being able to whack shit with a metal bat. That's the kind of old lady I want to be.
I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. How was that? That is the testimony of one who judges the crimes of others! Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time?
I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words.
I'm sorry. But honestly, I thought that sound was just a noise popper until just now.
Now that he mentions it, right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that.
Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off.
Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson, the most critical point of this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway? And whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I would like to clarify a few details in your testimony. All right. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked.
Hold it!
Hang on. As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into the hallway?
After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvened? Yes, sounds about right.
Just as I expected.
What were you expecting? And I demand to know what that all-knowing smile is for!
Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony.
All right, if you insist.
"20 minutes before we were to reconvene." But wait! That doesn't match up with what Bad said, because Bad heard it right before the trial was about to start, not 20 minutes before. So which was the real gunshot? Either way, we got him. Objection!
Objection!
What?
I cannot allow you to make an objection! What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection! Gods! I've been overruled?
Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste.
What do you mean by that?
You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess,
But that is simply not possible! Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred...
Instead of biting your tongue...
Okay, everyone's talking too fast. Slow down a second. I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Francisca.
Don't talk back to me, unless you want to be whipped in the back.
With your height, you need a stepladder of 4 to accomplish that. I was not simping for the judge. Thank you very much. I was simping for Edgeworth, as usual.
Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet, I'll have you know. I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears.
Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. And according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again.
What did you just say?
Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene.
How do you explain this glaring contradiction? That can't be!
Unfortunately, that is the truth.
I heard it, as clear as day! Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot!
The sound of the gunshot will keep returning to this point of detention. And that piece of evidence. I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what the gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard. Now we get it. I was right. I just jumped the gun a little bit.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier.
What is that pink substance?
It may not look like it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon.
I see. And I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record?
Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony.
What?
Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at that time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure out the rest on your own.
Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot! What matter of trickery is this?
That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified.
Care to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins?
Well, to be honest, I did think that the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound.
Who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouses.
Yeah, they think confetti instead. I want to trade these coins with you.
That's it! The balloon that girl was holding. It explains everything.
Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy.
Giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do. What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to it myself that he is released.
Wait. There are still a few things I have yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe.
But why? I thought we just cleared his name!
Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue in my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom.
I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. All right, so now we bring in Gumshoe.
What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal! I didn't do it!
I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe.
No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that.
No. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that.
Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental?
Okay, no, I'm sorry. That was a cute sequence. That was really good. That was really good. I appreciate it. So yeah, when do we fabricate evidence? Not yet. Not yet. That lesson comes later. That lesson comes when we actually become a prosecutor.
Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in judgment on my part.
Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime.
I guess so.
What are you guys talking about?
In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you were on guard duty. And please remember, you are not on trial. This is all part of the investigation. As such, excuse me, I got hiccups. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony...
Yow! My VIP will object, loud and clear.
If you are found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understand?
I got you, pal.
Thinking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. Alright, here we go. While I was on duty,
I came down into this courtroom on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on, until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal!
He's still singing the same tired tune.
In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying, and it's time I pulled the information I need out of him.
All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lose the box. There we go. I came down to this courtroom on Detective Bad's orders. Okay, that checks. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard. From that time on, until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. Press him on it! That's what he's been saying this whole time.
You claim to have been in that hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in that hallway? Of course I did something! I got in the door to lobby number 2, pal! What else? Very well then. And what exactly does guarding that door entail? Well, to put it simply, oh, I know! It was my job to stand in front of that door without moving an inch! Oh? Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of? You got it, pal! I didn't take a single step away from that door, just like I was ordered not to!
I already see the contradiction here.
Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden? Because we are all in shock and awe of your utter stupidity.
Scruffy, if you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one! Yow!
But I ain't lying! I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close.
All right. We caught you red-handed here, Gumshoe. Or sweet-handed? Sticky-handed? Anyway, you're lying! Objection!
Objection!
I have an objection. What is it, Belle? Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Oh, hey! It's one of them things! The courthouse special sweet rolls! Right, Belle?
Swiss rolls, not sweet rolls, whatever.
Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the sullied hallway bench? Hey, you know what? I think it was probably me that done that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this.
You inconsiderate, slovenly pig!
I promise I'll clean it up later, I swear! Now then, shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. If that really were the case, how were you able to buy that packet of Swiss rolls?
Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands?
It appears that Francisca's whip could do more damage than my words alone. All right, I confess, Belle. I was hungry, so I bought it back for myself, okay? I thought I'd get chewed out again if anybody found out about me eating on the job, so I didn't want to say anything. Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay. Sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for, you got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. It may sound like it makes sense. However, there's something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Huh? Of course I'm not! I got nothing else to hide, pal!
Objection!
Oh, if only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it is true, pal! I swear it ain't nothing else!
Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct?
Huh? Yeah, remind me again, pal.
That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack.
And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Let me ask then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that?
I told you! I bought it by myself, pal! There wasn't anybody else in that hallway with me, so there's no one who could help me buy it!
Wait, don't tell me.
You got some kind of proof there was someone else in the hallway, don't you?
Correct.
As if you could! I mean, what are the chances of that?
Wait, you do? Of course I do.
Ow!
What proof do I have that there must have been someone else there in the hallway? The Swiss roll wrapper, because the kiddo had it!
Take that!
Hey! You showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal!
I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls.
Well, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it, you think? I would never do such a thing! Yeah, all you liars and insane, you start out as thieves! You're under arrest, pal!
I believe you mean to assert that all thieves sought out as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, detective? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone. There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but you then gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you?
No way, pal! You got it all wrong! I ate both of them!
Is she coming in for Oh my god! That was a brilliant touch! That was a brilliant touch! Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Edward learned the dodge roll! He learned how to parry! Edward learned how to parry! Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my god, she's in a fighting stand! Look at her! Look at this stand she's in! Just throw her in the sparking zero already! K for smash, win! Oh god, I'm losing my voice. May wrap this up a little bit early. She absolutely is a feral cat child, and I love her for it. It would appear we've caught you at last.
Hey! Don't you dare do anything bad to that girl!
It would appear that they do know each other after all. So why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow?
I have a name, and it's K!
K what?
K Faraday!
Faraday? Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter?
I'm not at you, I'm K!
K? You know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave big, nasty bruises like the way you did.
Well, then you shouldn't put Gummy under arrest, mister!
Gummy? My guess is that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, what a cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong!
Okay. It appears that I'll need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Did she actually just roar? Did she actually just roar at Edgeworth? No, I love this small gremlin of a child. I love her. I love her and I will defend her with my life. I already said that about Francisca, but I can adopt both of them. It's fine. All right, let's talk to this little gremlin child. Now then, Kay. Yes! Make all the animal noises at him. Bark at this man. It's so good.
She's like a stray cat.
I wonder if I should feed her something. Calm her down! Calm her down with a sweet roll! Yeah, that's the way to calm down a child! That's the way to calm a child down! Give them sugar! Give them sugar and they instantly calm down! That's how it works!
Take that!
Okay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down.
Oh! A cicero!
It really belongs to you, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was saving it for Daddy.
Uh-oh. Here comes sad times.
Oh my. Your father. He's...
Hey, don't you say another word, Belle! She don't know yet!
Oh, she doesn't know! She doesn't know! Or maybe she does.
Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. I overheard the guards talking about how he's not here anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Hey.
I'm not gonna cry.
It's all right. Let it all out. Your father just passed away after all.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That was been so sweet.
Yeah, no, this just hurts, man. This just hurts. The demon prosecutor immediately melts away in the face of a child who's just lost their father.
I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into fine ash when night reached. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul.
Oh, God.
Ever since that incident, I have dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now, to have this happen right to me. As a child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us.
Miles Edgeworth, what sort of a gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry?
You're right. Sorry about that. Okay. Here. How about we use this handkerchief here and dry your little eyes?
Oh no! No! Sweetie, that's the wrong one! Not that! Not that handkerchief!
No! Oh my god! Oh happiness in this scene has just completely evaporated. Even at her lowest, she is messing with Edgeworth still. I love it. I love it. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you. Beautiful. You love to see it. You love to see it.
What? Don't blow your nose on that!
I feel better now. Thank you.
Oh. Oh my god. That's not a great feeling, I bet. Okay. Are you going to be alright?
Yep. I'm already alright.
Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it.
I promised Daddy I would never cry in front of strangers.
Aw, you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right?
That's right. Even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still gonna keep all my promises.
You're a very brave girl, Kay.
You're a very good child for keeping the promise you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry, just for you.
Thank you very much, lady.
It's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all.
Oh, immediate friends! Immediate friends! I want Kay and Francisca to be besties. I want them to be besties so they can torment Miles together! I want them to be best friends! I want them to be best friends! I love this. I love this new female friendship that has formed. Beautiful. It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francisca is sympathetic to Kay's feelings. Did Gumshoe give her his $5 so she could share the Swiss rolls with her dad? Oh, maybe it was. Maybe she wasn't meant to share them with Gumshoe. Maybe she was sharing them with her dad? And that's why? I don't know. Don't you love Miles? Of course I love Miles! I absolutely love Miles! I also love seeing him get tortured. All right, let's talk about your dad. If you're up for it, sweethearts. Kay, what sort of person was your father?
Daddy was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all the bad people in the world.
So to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, eh? I suppose we are, in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals.
Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would find me my absolute favorite treat, Swiss rolls!
Oh?
I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy! So I've been working really hard!
I see. And what have you been working hard on?
I've been working hard to keep all the promises Daddy and I made it together!
Yes, the box of shame is only once per stream. It was getting overused, so I made it once per stream. A promise notebook? May I take a look inside, Kay?
Sure, okay.
It appears to be an exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook just might come in handy later. An exchange diary between Mr. Faraday and Kay. Thank you for showing this to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero, just like your father.
I'm gonna try!
Hey, Kay! So, I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero, too!
Yeah! You're really cool too, Gummy!
Yeah! Aren't I, Kay?
Just with the two of them.
I hand out verdicts of justice, so that makes me a hero, too!
Yes, and thanks to your oh so heroic testimony,
You almost painted that detective as a violent criminal and sent him off to jail. I'm really sorry about that.
Gummy's not a bad man, okay?
Poor judge. He's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay.
Yeah, we're friends.
In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him?
Talk about Gumshoe! They're besties!
So I take it you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway staring really hard at the vending machine. So I said hi.
And when was this?
Before everything got crazy.
How long were the two of you together?
We only talked for a little while. And then we went our own ways.
That's right, pal. Kay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it.
Oh, which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess. Is that right?
You got me. I told you, stop picking on Gummy, mister.
Very well, then. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later.
I love how she is just raring to go. I love it. It's beautiful.
Were you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls, Kay?
Well, I didn't really have a lot of money. And they somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But that still wasn't enough, and I really wanted one.
Come to think of it, you did come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct?
Yeah. Thanks a bunch for doing that, mister.
Sure. But let me ask you, even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct?
That's why...
Hey, you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal.
Need I remind you that you're the one already under arrest? Ow!
I sense that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question.
I'm sorry about your buffly thing.
Yes. Well, now that it's positively drenched in your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay. I have a spare. So, here. You can have this one.
It just comes off like that. Okay. It's weird seeing him without the cravat though. Look! You can see his neck!
How provocative. But Daddy said never take things from a stranger.
Oh, it's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct?
Yeah, look, see? It's right here on this page.
Kay's promises to Daddy. Oh, gosh. Promise number 1, never take things from a stranger. Promise number 2, never go anywhere with a stranger.
All right, then. I'm not giving this to you. I am merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me next time we meet.
Oh. Okay. Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers.
Is that why she became a thief? She's borrowing things. She's not actually stealing things. Is this the excuse as to why she's a thief? Oh no! Oh no, child! Oh no!
Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Uh-oh. I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little Kay in that hallway.
I told you to stop being mean to Gummy!
Wordsworth, there is still something you have yet to resolve.
I beg your pardon?
You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us.
That's... well...
Don't tell me you lied for my sake.
Oh, hey, don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Ah, so that's why.
So, what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? If you can't explain that, then you can't call this a perfect investigation.
His reason for lying is very simple.
What?
Here's what I believe to be his reason. From simple observation of the detective's actions and his interactions with Kay, it's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Actually, let me look at this promise notebook real quick. Never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with a stranger. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Daddy's job is to make sure everyone follows the rules. Okay? Be a good girl and promise that you'll keep your promises to me, okay? Love your daddy. That hits a little hard. But yeah, I think you're right, Zach. She broke the first two with Gummy.
Take that!
Mr. Faraday's and Kay's promise notebook? How does that explain anything?
If you could take a look at this page, it's clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay.
What a foolishly foolish fool's fool of a foolish reason for a fool! Ow!
Mommy, you lied 'cause of me, didn't you?
Oh, 'cause I'm your friend, Kay. That's why.
Mommy!
At long last. Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now?
Guess there's no beating you, huh, pal? All right. I'll spill the goods. I'd been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry, and that snack vending machine was taunting me.
But all the cash you had on you was $5, and that wasn't enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $6 pack of Swiss rolls.
Yeah, but then, like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up.
I don't know if angel's the correct term here, but that's okay.
I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll. But I only had about $1 in coins.
So we pulled my 5 and her 1 together and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together.
But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. So then Gummy said,
Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad, but don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me, so you didn't really get it from me, you know?
he told me it'd be okay. And he gave me a whole roll to save and give to Daddy.
Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate? Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat on that bench and ate the rolls together.
Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget it as long as I live, pal.
Anyway. Kay, I believe this also belongs to you.
Oh, that's in the balloon I popped.
It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on the windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once, I forgive you.
But, yeah,
She is so soft with Kay. This is... How does this little sister have such big sister energy? She is throwing the big sister energy around so much right now. And technically, in this case, she would be because she is older than Kay. Yeah, no, she chooses to be nice to Kay, but Edgeworth, she's just like, screw you, dude. I love it. I love the duality. I love the duality of her character. It's... This game is making me love Francisca even more. She's great.
But that balloon... Oh, it surprised Gummy a little, so... we popped it on purpose. And 'cause of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss roll.
Wow! You really got me there, pal!
So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy, mister.
So you kicked me, is that it? You sure are a feisty one.
I'm really sorry, mister.
It's all right. I'm perfectly unharmed. But about this Swiss roll, would it be all right with you if I held on to it until Detective Gumshoe was cleared of all charges and free to go?
Yeah, sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay?
Of course. I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty. Which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And here she comes to ruin the day!
Actually, it just proves the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime.
What do you mean? It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss You.
I'm getting lectured on manners by a girl with a pit ass for whipping people.
How dare you talk back with such insolence?
You're wrong, Lee. Gummy not the bad guy. Oh, and what have we here? What's a child doing here in the courthouse? Bailiff, please take this child away.
And she's off! Miss Callisto, you! That girl is Mr. Faraday's!
I know. So what? You think that just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild all around the crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her. To speak none of getting underfoot.
I suppose you're right, however.
As long as we're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective. You were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct?
Yeah, but...
You see? Ain't it obvious that could have only been the detective? He's the only person who could have gone into lobby number 2 at the time of the murders.
I have no counter-argument to that.
Oh, don't worry. I've already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest.
But the investigation is far from over!
Oh, that's right. I was gonna speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard?
I suppose it is.
Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes of your negligence.
Oh, Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this! This is unforgivable as a disciple of Von Karma!
Down, Tigress. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation.
So we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case,
Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all the circumstantial evidence. This investigation's not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1.
To be continued. All right, and I think we are gonna cut it there for now. Like I mentioned, I'm a little sleep deprived right now, and my voice is kind of giving out on me a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Yeah, that's the thing with circumstantial evidence. It can be very damning. It's not airtight, but it's pretty potent stuff. All those old TV shows about it's only circumstantial evidence. It's actually some of the best evidence you can get. Anyway, we'll wrap this up on Sunday. The next stream is going to be tomorrow night. The spooky streams are wrapping up, and it'll be the penultimate spooky stream with Silent Hill 3. So that's going to start at 7, and then Halloween night is the finale. Resident Evil 2 Remake as our grand finale for spooky streams, and maybe a spooky story or two thrown in as well. So be sure and tune in to that. I'll have the full schedule posted tomorrow. But for now, this is SGG signing off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay super, and I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you then. Bye.
You know me, the fighting freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down in Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist, metal crack 'em. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seemed crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he